Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. It all depends on when you are going to watch this my video. So somebody forwarded this video to me. This video is from Omega Power Ministry General Overseer, and somebody forwarded it to me last week. I wanted to say some things, about it, but I was so busy towards the weekend, so I couldn't really comment, because after watching it, the person knew that I'm an affected mother. Do you understand? I have a child that is living with Down syndrome, so I'm an affected mother. So what I'm saying this evening is not born out of to criticize the man of God or to do anything, but it's born out of experience, it's born out of as an affected mother, and it is born out of the curiosity and the empathy and the willingness to make sure that things that are being done to help challenge children are being done honorably. Do you understand? Because they are going through a lot, and if anybody wants to help them, I will appreciate that help to come honorably. That I will appreciate that help not to expose them more to ridicule, but to be something that will uplift them. Because all of us that are in the fight to help children that are challenged, especially children who are having neurodevelopmental challenges, so which is a very neglected area in our society. The government have neglected them. Even when they're talking about disabled children as they know local language, they are not talking about, they are not thinking about children who are challenged, who have neurodevelopmental challenges. They focus much on children or persons who are living with disabilities, who are living with ordinary physical challenges. Although sometimes two of them can be interwoven, from mental challenge, you can equally get physical challenge. But sometimes there are some persons who have physical challenge, but nothing is wrong. There's no distortion in their brain at all. No distortion. Please, as you see this my video, if you are watching it on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are watching it on Facebook, please follow me on Facebook, for updates like this. So there's this video made by Omega Power Ministry General Overseer, Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere. So he's trying to look for a wife for a child whom he claimed that is having autism. Do you understand? And I would like it to watch it together, and after which I will say one thing I want to do. It's just that the video, I don't know whether it's jumping or...
Is there any young girl or woman that is interested in marrying an autistic person? The General Overseer of OPM Church is interested to get this young man married, and there are going to be benefits attached. If you are a lady that thinks you can get married to him, you'll be put on a lifetime monthly salary. And you also get a lifetime accommodation. And let me bring the camera close. So let us hear from Daddy Gio himself. Come close. So sir, you said you want to get this young man married, and he has a condition, a health condition that doesn't even allow him to talk. So why do you want to get him married?
Why I'm saying to get him married is because the sympathy and pity I have on him. Because right now he doesn't even know what is going on with him. As he's growing and growing, there is this uncontrollable sexual urge happening to him. He stays, he wants to masturbate. My fear is let him not go to a state that he will just maybe hijack a child and forcefully, do something. So it is out of that sympathy. Okay, let me marry him out. I'll pay the bride price. For the person. Yeah. The person will receive accommodation,
in an estate.
Yes, in an estate. And will be receiving monthly salary for life.
For life.
Because right now, he doesn't have a father, he doesn't have a mother. He was just dumped at my gate. And after he was dumped, I invited the police. Police came, carried him to the motherless baby home that is owned by the government, but they rejected him.
Wow.
They rejected him. So now, the police now returned him back to me. So I have no choice than to take care of him. I can't throw him out on the street. So I have to start taking care of him. So I've been taking care of him all this while. But now, he's growing. He's going to school. He's growing. But this uncontrollable sexual order that is going on with him is something that is a cause of worry. And that is why I want to say, okay, instead of him, a lady carry him, no, who pay the bride price. It doesn't matter the age of the lady, whether it's a young lady, old lady, grandmother, it doesn't matter. As long as he will just, because I have so much sympathy. His uncontrollable sexual urge.
Even when they are beating him too.
Even when they beat him, because I got some of the boys here to be beaten. First I got Nanda beating him, but that one couldn't handle it. So I have to tell some of the grown-up boys here. But when they start touching him, the next thing, the whole thing will just rise up. So it's a big. I just pity him because he doesn't know what is going on with the system. So with that, sometimes he just stay like this and begin to masturbate, and I bleed in my heart. This guy is going through a lot of psychological, emotional trauma. So that is why I decided for it not to be for it to be legal, pay the bride price, and the person who accommodate will be going there to inspect. That's why I'm saying in one of the estates, we will come in there to make sure that he is not maltreated or is not, I was thinking of getting, because I have other autistic children stay with me. I wanted to make autistic, but they will give birth to autism. So to prevent the spread of autism, it's better to get a normal person and an autistic person.
Okay.
So that, if they decide to have children, the children are still under the church care. But if they don't want to have children, that's no problem. But at least for its state of mind to be okay.
Okay, so if you are interested, the right thing to do is to visit OPM Church headquarters here in Port Harcourt City, Rivers State, Nigeria.
As of the welfare.
And as of the welfare office, the head of the welfare. So the head of the welfare is going to attend to you. Tell her you came to show interest in getting married to him. Now, sir, the only worry I have right now is if they have a child, I wonder what the health status of that child is going to be like.
I've made some inquiries.
Okay.
They will not affect the health. The children will not be autistic. The only way the children will be autistic is when autism marries autism. Okay. Then they'll give back to autism. Okay. But when a normal person marries autism, they'll give back to normal children.
Okay. All right. So this is a really amazing opportunity for the young man. But the question is, who will be willing to get married to him? Although there are benefits attached to it, but I feel that if you show interest, you need to think about it carefully because you'll be spending the rest of your life with this man. You have to adjust to the fact that he's not able to talk, right?
He's not able to talk.
So
he doesn't hear. So
you'll be given a free accommodation for the rest of your life. You'll be put on monthly salary. They'll be coming to check up on you guys from time to time. I'm sure the house will be furnished enough for it to be comfortable for the both of you to live. So it doesn't matter, if just go to OPM Church right now, go to the headquarters, ask of the head of welfare, and they'll be able to attend to you. How are you? So, anyways, God bless you so much, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate what you are doing for people.
Okay, we have watched the video and I have some things to say. And everything I'm saying this afternoon or this evening is born out of the same passion. I'm not here to criticize, but I'm here to enlighten somehow. So especially there's an enlightenment for everybody here. You see, So I was saying before we watched the video, I said the area of mentally challenged children, you understand, mentally retarded children is an area that have been neglected by the government, neglected here and there. Do you understand? So it's only affected parents and some few spirited individuals that always take up challenge of handling these children. And unfortunately, this one happened to be the one that is thrown away by the parents. They understand. So they went and dumped the child at the gate there because they felt that the child will not amount to anything. First of all, I want to say to the parents that dumped this child that you have not treaded on act of love. God so much loved us. We don't have anything to give him, but he loved us. So it's quite unfortunate to know that when parents have known that, oh, taking care of a child, it may not be the likability of the child reciprocating or being a billionaire and later come to take care of them, they will find one way or the other to discard such a child. So sympathetic. So I want to advise all parents, when I know it is a difficult thing, when you give birth to a child, rejoicing, and later on you discover that the child had come with a type of disability that you all will live with, then it is a time for parents to take bold decisions under God to help that child until when he's exited out of this life. God is watching. Whatever you do with your challenged child, God is watching. Because the reason this announcement is coming this way, the child is entirely in the care of a non-relation. Do you understand? It's just, I'm taking care of less privilege. And the man is faced with a situation that he doesn't even know how to go about it. And it resulted this way. But I want to say that this is not the best. In the umbrella of neurodevelopmental challenges, we have Down syndrome, we have autism, we have cerebral palsy, we have Asperger's syndrome, and we have other undiagnosed conditions, challenges. Do you understand? So, but these three are the most outstanding conditions: the Down syndrome, the autism, and the cerebral palsy. These are the one that is mostly seen everywhere. Do you understand? And this one now, the apostle says he has autism, so we don't really know. Maybe I don't know whether a proper assessment had been done on the child. I don't know. But so far so good. He's even, what can we now do? Are we blaming him? He's even the one that, as they throw him up like that, it would have been helpless. If he too would say, shift, I beg, I don't know this one. So, but let's also commend his effort for even picking up the child and try to help. Do you understand? And in helping challenged children, sometimes if you are not professionally advised, you might even do some things that will expose them more to more ridicule than the help you want to give. Do you understand? And so, having said so, after watching this video, because some time ago we wake up to see Apostle advertising all over the radio, television, newspaper that he has opened a school of Down syndrome. Do you understand? He has a school of Down syndrome. It was carried on the daily newspaper. It was carried, and they devoted a very big, expensive bus that will be carrying them to school and taking them back. Do you understand? And then it was to an extent that it was even my landlord of a blessed memory. a retired medical doctor. He read abroad. So I think after reading it from a national daily, because as a retired medical doctor and a government functionary, you normally read the newspapers on daily basis. So it was even the one that called my attention and said, this child, don't you know, there's a big school, the way they announce it in Port Harcourt, why do you go to Southwest looking for schools for your son? Why not? And this one is closer to you, this, that. So even, in fact, he went in his bid to help me, that he went and brought the newspaper himself and drop us. Okay. So one day I came down to Port Harcourt, I said, okay, I started searching around, but I came in then to do my master's program. So I said, okay, at the same time, let me see whether I can see a good school with the school for challenged children. So I started visiting. I think the first one I did was Corpus Christi. I went there. I met with the Reverend Sister there and all that. And we spoke, and I looked around their facilities, and I discovered that it's even that time they were trying to put up some things in place, because it was even that time they were able to get a teacher that is a professional on special education, because some of the schools that are running around the east of the Niger here and said that they are taking care of children with challenges, they are just into care, they open school for children with challenges, especially mental challenges. So many of them are just caregiving centers for those children. Nothing more academically or talent building is going on in those schools. Do you understand? Before I make my conclusion, I've gone round. I went round. So the day I went to the OPM Down syndrome school, I went there. I've paid from one transport to another. I go to as I was using their branch of churches, asking until they led me to the place. So when I reached there, I discovered that the school is sited in an existing private school owned by somebody. So I don't know whether it's their member or something. So maybe the person just helped them, whether is it a 2 classroom or 3 classroom dedicated to their school and all that. And so I went around. I didn't see much. So I started interviewing the one person. How often do you people do this school? They said it's whether one Monday to Wednesday or something. I can't remember now. And it's 3-hour class and all that. I laugh. I said 3-hour class for which people? Challenge children. I said this thing was overhyped now. So we thought that people really want to do something, because this is an area that had been neglected by the government and so many persons. And hearing all this announcement and the luxurious buses and everything, I thought that something, this thing is happening here. So is it like this? So I left. Do you understand? So now, Apostle, if that school for challenged children you started, if it had run the way it should run, although I won't blame you, you are helping, because we can't even come and be blaming the person that is helping. But why I'm particularly concerned is that when things are hyped above the way they look, that is only my concern. If not, I am so happy that you are even helping and delving into some dangerous areas where even the government have found it difficult to delve into. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So I went there, check everything, and I just pinched myself. And when I came back, I sent back my child to Southwest. Do you understand? Because over there, you have some special school for the challenge. They are running it and they are running it. Do you understand? They have the gadgets. They have, when you go, you have the several segments. Even autistic, they have therapy room, the studio room, this thing for the challenge. This thing in the educational section, they have gadgets. Before you teach children like this one now that does not hear, that does not speak, that's autistic stroke, speech and language impairment. Do you understand? So this one now, that the school that this child will be handled now will even have, it's a multidisciplinary approach before you can say you are running a school educational center for children with challenges. It's a very big task. But most times, what we see is when people have put up a classroom, they painted one boss, even sometimes without even having the personnel, because you can't run a school for the downs. You don't have the teachers that have gone through special education. Do you understand? And when we are not, you must have environment for them as well, and mostly have to run a dormitory, because without they learn the space at which they learn. They don't learn like ordinary children that you can regiment. I'm teaching them in 3 hours. No, they learn at their own space and at their own time, and that is how their education is continuous all the day long. Do you understand? And that's why if you want to run a challenge children center, education center, you must have a dormitory, and you must have teachers that are specially trained to handle children with challenges, and you must have a conducive center for them. It's for their overall mental development. And also discover that most of them may not be able to cope academically, and those ones that may not be able to cope academically, they are given different, they are trained in any area they are talented. As you see them that they are not talking, they are not doing this, they are not doing this, some of them can be a good organist, depending. Autistic is different, like Down syndrome, which he claimed he opened the school that time. Some of them, even though they are Down syndrome, they are having Down syndrome, but they are very talented. They can do well if they can't cope academically. But it's a whole range of things. So this is something, if you want to go into, you sit down and plan and give it a professional touch. And some people who knows about it will come into play to counsel you on what to do. So it's not for cloud chasing. Oh, you show boss, they painted well. This is a I have opened Down syndrome school, and and you go to newspaper, you advertise, you go to radio house, you go to, and somebody now, where is this thing happening? Only for the person to go there and he sees some 2-3 we they do 2 times in a week, 3 times in a week. No. In as much as I kind of, please endure with me. This video will be long for me to convey everything I want to say. In as much I applaud Apostle your efforts to help in all these areas where even the government neglected. Still, I want to throw a caution. Do you understand? If do as much as you can do, and the ones you can do it well, and seek for professional counseling. Seek for professional counseling. So I have done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. It's not the way. Do you understand? Okay, now you brought this guy now and said the guy, if you have a challenge school, really, as you claim that time, if that school is functioning well, the way it should function, this child, this boy should be there, probably in their hostel. And then in that school of school of challenge children, you have the services of all these children psychologists, you have physiotherapy, you have psychiatric doctors also working with the center. So when you have issues like this, you have to refer to children psychologists, stroke well-trained psychiatric for them to properly evaluate this child and know how he could be helped. Do you understand? So they are the one that check the severity of the brain damage or everything that they want to check. And after checking, I mean abroad, there's a level it will reach. If that the brain is completely damaged, there's nothing that person can do, all those things, and those urges are there and everything. In some areas, they even advise a kind of castration. But even though we don't support there, because that would be on an extreme, that would be when every option had been explored. When every other options had been explored. Do you understand? So for instance, even if the child, they are betting him, and he used to have, we have, why betting him or something, he have erection or something. So that one, yes, as long as it is not the opposite sex that bet him, I don't think it's not unusual. Once you have a child that they have grown up to puberty stage that cannot take care of himself, so you bet him in the morning and the evening. So such occasions must be there. Do you understand? There must be those erections because nothing was wrong. Nothing is wrong with his reproductive system. It is we call it in the area that is mostly attacked in their brain is the intellectual ability. Intellectual ability. Other faculty of the brain are working. Do you understand? So, but the one that controls the neuron, all those testosterone and all those the hormone that control all those reproductive is not bad. So that's why the child is developing, but the child brain is mentally challenged, and that mentally challenge has to affected the intellect ability. The intelligent quotient is what is affected. So if you have a center that is running well and all these multidisciplinary approaches is there, do you understand? They can take this child care of this child well. It won't have this problem that push you to this announcement now. Do you understand? So this is a child that need very strict management. So the end product is not coming out here to say who want to marry him or to say no. It's not like that. So what the child need is to be in a center that is tailored towards all around the caregiving. And that is what I thought you wanted to do when you open that school for Down syndrome. But what I'm seeing now is that most of these intervention outlets are opened, and before you know it, move to another one, and some of them are not really giving adequate development that it desired. That is the way I'm seeing it now, because I've gone to that place that you say you are running that school for the Down syndrome. I've gone there, and practically what's happening there is below the hype and below the radio advert and below the television advert. But I can't even blame you, because you are just like, maybe you saw the several needs and you touch this, you touch this, you touch it. But I will advise that what is worth doing is worth doing well. Anyone you know you can do faithfully well, you do that one. The one you cannot do, you leave that one. That is what I will practically advise in your interventions. It's not good to leave things on the way. Even in the scholarships that you give, I will prefer, if it is 10 persons or 15 persons in a year that you can give scholarship. Say OPM will give 10 people scholarship in a year, And those 10 people, make sure that anywhere you put them, they finish there. There'll be no story. And